Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.
Today I'm probably not going to be too much in the video. I actually am going to a baby shower, but Gordon's going to be filming the super awesome birthday gift that he gave me. The last video that you guys saw, you saw us introducing our little baby Rory, and we've just been adjusting with him. Then we went out of town for my birthday. We went up to the mountains. So basically Gordon gave me a choice of 2 super awesome presents, and I'll let him tell you what they were, but he's gonna let you know and reveal what I went with for my birthday present, and of course it has to do with the farm. Hi handsome.
Hi beautiful. What's going on y'all? This is Gordon here from Hale Family Homestead. Today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to dig your very own shallow well. We just opened up our bees yesterday and fed them, and I got my truck with the sugar water in it, well, the remnants of the sugar water, and I guess our bees are smelling it because they're flying around like crazy right now. Bella's birthday was a few days ago, and I asked her what she wanted for her birthday, and she gave me a list of a couple different ideas. She wanted flip-flops, she wanted some fruit trees, or she wanted a well. So I decided that we would do the well. So here we are today, and I'm gonna give you a start to finish video here on how to drill your very own shallow well. You really don't need much, just a few different items that we'll go over. Alright guys, so I got my table set up here, and I got all the parts spread out that you'll need to drill this well. It's pretty easy, really don't need that much. For our well, when we dig our hole, we're gonna dig a 6-inch hole that's gonna go about 20 feet down. How deep you go depends on really where the water starts to drain into the hole. That's what I expect, is about 20 feet, but we'll see. Once we dig our hole, we're going to use a 4-inch PVC casing pipe that will go down. Surrounding that will be pea gravel. Then inside this pipe, we'll have our 1.25 inch well pump pipe, and these items will be connected with couplings and fittings and glue and things of that nature. In addition to the pipe, we're also going to have this foot valve at the bottom of our 1.25 inch pipe, and what that will do is this will keep water from draining out of the well pump pipe. As you pump and it brings water up, this will keep the water in that pipe. It will let it come up, but it won't let it go down. To drill our hole, we're gonna use this here hand auger. So I've never used this before, but we're gonna try it out. This thing, you can unscrew the top, and then you can screw on these extensions right here to help you get to the depth that you want. I've got 4 extensions. They're about 4 feet long, plus this one that'll bring us to 20 feet. And we'll see how it goes. First step to putting your well in is you gotta dig a hole. It's kind of like a post hole digger, but instead of throwing it down and clamping it, you spin it. And as you spin it, as you go down and spin it, it will bring dirt out of the hole like that. And you just kind of shake it out and you keep going. This well will be pretty nice too, because in the background, I don't know if you can see it, but Bella has got all her fruit trees back there. And right now she's got no way to water them, so we've been getting a good amount of rain, which is nice, but every now and then we get a dry week and they don't have enough water, so she's been having to bring water out here. This well will help solve that issue to where she doesn't have to do that. Plus it'll be pretty cool, have an old hand pump well. You don't see many of those around. Well, I was digging my first hole here, and I started hitting all kinds of roots, probably because there's a pine tree stump right there. And it was fighting me, so I decided to move over a couple feet. I'm doing a lot better now. I haven't really hit any roots. I just wanted to let y'all know this thing is pretty nice. It's not as quick as a post hole digger. At least for me, a post hole digger, I can just throw it down and bring the dirt right out. This thing's not as quick, but it's definitely not nearly as hard either. I mean, all you gotta do is spin it, and it just grabs all the dirt, and you pick it up, and it just pulls it all right out. I'm starting to get into a little bit of water just because it rained, I think, so the water table's high right now. We're ready to add another extension. For us to add this extension, I gotta get a pipe wrench on this, and this has got threads right here. don't know if y'all can see that, but it's got some thread, so we just unthread this and then we just add another extension and we keep digging. It's getting kind of windy today, so I'm gonna try to speak up. I knocked loose this first piece of the hand auger, so I'm unthreading it now. The nice thing about these is they come with the coupling that you need to add another extension. We'll link these in the description on where we got them, but so far they're pretty nice. All the threads are the same, obviously, so they just mate right up. Down about 9 feet now. My back's getting a little tired. We hit water at probably about 7 feet or so down there. But like I said, it just rained and I'm not confident that that's really where the water table is. I think it's just kind of high right now because we got all this rain. Can't get any deeper, bottomed out. Looks like we need another extension. Make sure when you thread your next extension on it, you thread it on good, because last thing you want is put that thing in a hole and it comes loose. You ain't getting it back. All right, got our second extension on. Here we go. Back to the digging. Make sure as you're digging down that you try to keep this thing straight. It's a little tough, but if your hole goes all zigzag, you're never gonna get that pipe in. So you just gotta try to counteract it when it wants to go crooked and try to get your hole as straight as you can. Looks like I got a little bit of suction. If that happens, just try to twist it and pull up at the same time. Don't knock yourself in the head. Just finished digging our hole. We were able to get to about 9 feet, maybe 9.5 feet, and it just can't get any deeper. We should be good. Now we're ready to put our well pump casing pipe in the ground. This is a 10-foot stick of 4-inch PVC pipe. I've drilled holes in the bottom 4 foot of the pipe, and that will allow the water to come into this casing pipe. One thing is, when you drill it, it's got all these burrs on here. You don't really want that getting in your pump and clogging it up. So I'm just gonna sand this down real quick with some sandpaper. I won't really be able to get in there, but at least the outside, that should help. We're gonna put this cap on the bottom of our well casing pipe. I've already put the pipe primer on there, so now we just gotta put our cement. Just like the primer, you put it on both parts. Get it on there really good. And we'll do this for all couplings and other attachments we make with PVC. Holes dug, ready to put our casing pipe in. We got our pipe in. Now we're gonna put our pea pebbles around the casing pipe. So I got 2 bags here. That will kind of help filter the water that goes into the pipe. It won't just get clogged up with mud so easily. And once we do that, we'll put the dirt back in the same way it came out. So I made a little horseshoe right here. So we'll start on that end with the dirt, because that was last that came out, and it'll be first to go back in. Now we're gonna put our pump pipe in. For this, at the bottom, we're gonna install this foot valve, and what that will do is that will keep water from draining back out of the pipe, so it will help the well to maintain its prime. To attach this foot valve to the 1.25" pump pipe, we're gonna use this adapter, which will just slip onto the pipe on the bottom, and then it will thread onto the foot valve. Connection for the adapter to the pipe, we'll just do it the same as we did all the other couplings. For the connection from the adapter to the foot valve, we're gonna put some pipe thread sealant as well as some pipe dope to make sure that this thing stays sealed.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to day 2 of installing this well.
We're back out here. We got our pipe in the ground, so we're gonna start by digging a little bit of a depressed area around this pipe so we can put a little slab of concrete and start to erect our column around this pipe. We're gonna dig about 3.5 inches down so that when we pour our concrete, it will be level with the dirt around it.
We stopped by Lowe's on our way out here and picked out some stylish stone pavers to make this well exactly my style.
Next step, we're gonna put some of the sand in there so it acts as a little bit of a base before we put our concrete in. We got the sand compacted, we got our form ready. I put a little rebar in there just to kind of help hold things together. The next step is to make sure that your form board is level. If it's all out of whack and then you go pour your concrete, well then your concrete's out. So it's a good idea to check it now and make sure everything is perfectly level. We're going to use fast set concrete, that way it'll dry today and we can start to build our column. But this fast set concrete is going to set in like 15 minutes and that's a little too quick for me to work with. So I got this retarder right here and I'll mix this in with the water and that will kind of slow it down to maybe an hour or so. This is better than regular concrete. Regular concrete we wouldn't be able to work with until tomorrow. Concrete's poured and it's going to take a little while for it to set up. So while it does that, we're going to let our pitcher pump get acclimated to the water. So you're supposed to set it in a bucket of water so all the leather internals can get acclimated by the time you're ready to start pumping it. So we have no running water out here. This is going to be our first source of water. So I had no way to fill up this 5-gallon bucket. So what I did is I used our pipe that is down in our well, and it's got a foot valve on it so the water can't come back out. And I just pulled it out, and I would let it drain into the bucket just like this. It's not the prettiest looking water, but it should be alright, and as we start to use our well, the water should clean itself out. It's just all muddy from when we dug the hole. We gave the concrete a couple hours and it's all cured up, so we're ready to start putting our stones in. To put our stones in, we're going to use this landscape adhesive. So you'll put some glue on the concrete there, and you put your first set of stones down, then you'll just put it between each course.
So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Oh, where I'd rather be than with you.
We've got our column all laid. The glue's probably going to take about half an hour to dry, so we got to be careful because it can move around. We're getting ready to put our pitcher pump on next. So we have ourselves a little situation here. Here's our 1¼ inch pipe that's going to get screwed on to our pitcher pump with a male thread adapter. But I also want to put this cap on there, and what that will do is when you're washing your hands or something, it'll keep the water from draining back down and into the pipe as easily. This will not fit through that hole I made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cap on. I'm not going to glue it yet. I'm just slipping it on there. And then I'm going to glue my male thread adapter. That way this pipe won't be able to fall back down to where I can't get to it. It'll be stuck right there. As you can see, if we just put our pitcher pump on top of this column, you can see the cracks and see right into the hole in there. So what I did is I screwed two 2x6s together to make a 2x12 because I didn't have a 2x12. And then we're going to put this on here and put our pitcher pump on top, and that will cover that hole. One thing I wish I would have done earlier is I wish I would have waited to put this male thread adapter on until I put my wood over the pipe, because now I had to make a hole that's kind of big and it's hard to get on. So hindsight's 20/20. Again, we're going to use some Teflon tape and some pipe dope on these threads to make sure they stay sealed. Alright, moment of truth.
This is our first time gonna try pumping it. We know our water's not very clean. This is from when we pulled it out before we put all this on. But we're gonna go ahead and prime it. Oh.
Oh, there it is.
me up. You are one who will survive. When time's been bad, you put smiles on everyone. I think of you and of all I should have